Cheers, Castle.
Hi, I'm Dean Kane, and this is Ripley's Believe It or Not. Today I present a moral conundrum.
Moral conundrum.
You give head, but you take a shit? It's strange, isn't it?
Whoa.
You put something in your mouth and take something out of your ass, but it's give and take, respectively? Believe it or not?
What the fuck?
The answer might shock you. Welcome back to Mischief Castle, folks. That's how we're starting after I missed a week. We're here with Noah, a.k.a.
First week we missed.
First week. Yeah, first week since we started, we missed.
Damn.
We're back in the building with Noah, a.k.a. Call yourself something else. I'm going to fucking rapid fire like 5 of these. So.
Woo! Kind of send him. I want to hear him. AKA.
No, you. I'm asking you for 5 nicknames of yourself. Just start listing them off.
AKA Skate God. AKA Degenerate. AKA Jeep Lad.
Jeep Lad.
AKA Lego Legend.
Lego
I'm joking. AKA Roblox Enthusiast.
And of course, I'm your host, Cameron, a.k.a. The Fox, a.k.a. The Highlander, a.k.a. Captain Hook, a.k.a. Tall Guy, a.k.a. Jesus Freak, a.k.a. The Mutt, a.k.a. Carless Guy, a.k.a. Public Transportation Advocate, a.k.a. Homelessness Advocate, a.k.a.
AKA Captain Hook. Is that what you say?
Yeah, Captain Hook.
Fucking Captain Hook. Come on, PT. Come on. Give me them spandex. Snaps them on their ass cheeks.
Yeah.
Like
Just rapes a child. 'Cause
Oh,
he's a
God.
pirate at sea. That's
Never Neverland.
Never land.
It never happened. It Never Neverland.
Exactly. Game theory. Was Michael Jackson actually Captain Hook in disguise?
Dude, game theory is Jeffrey Epstein, Never Everland.
Yo.
It never happened on Never Everland.
Game theory. Was Little St. James actually Never Everland? All right. We need... AKA... Please!
Stop it.
My children. All right. I don't think that was a good enough warm-up.
That's a great one.
We're gonna do some word associations now.
Okay. How's that work?
It's just 2 rounds. I'm gonna say some words, and then you tell me the first thing that pops in your head, and then
Sounds good.
And then once I do 5 for you, you'll do 5 for me, I guess, and that'll.
I get to make up the word.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just tell me the first word that comes to your head. What's up?
It was that. I was like,
Oh,
what
you were
the
looking at
fuck
the
is
red
the
light.
red? I was like, yeah, what's making it?
You thought there was just a death beam on?
Yeah, I was like, that looks like the Predator, like, you know, the 3
Oh,
lasers.
yeah, the 3
like, I was
the
like,
dot
oh
sight,
shit,
yeah.
we're donezo.
We're fucked, dude.
You got us. All right, word association.
Word association. All right. Word number 1 is light.
Dark.
Okay.
That was pretty basic.
Yeah.
All right, real one.
Plane.
Plane. Aircraft.
Okay. Dirt.
Snow.
Nap.
Couch.
Potato.
Couch.
All right. I guess that's fair. That's kind of easy. All right.
All right.
5 for me.
5 for you.
5 for me.
Wheel.
Barrel.
Water.
Gun.
Chair.
Electric.
Tote.
Boat.
Boat. And one more. Lens.
Crafters.
Lens crafts. Fucking, I was like thinking of the last one. I was like, sunglasses.
Yeah, I know. It's hard.
Optical.
I wrote it down and then I was like, I have this will be a fun thing.
That's not
'Cause
even that bad.
I was hoping it would kill time because I wrote so much shit down. I was hoping it'd be like 4 of us. I was hoping the next one we did would be you, me, Alexei, and Malcolm because we haven't done the 4 of
That
us
would
on
be
an
fun.
episode.
That'd be really fun.
I was hoping it would be Bastards 4
Uh-huh.
because the other one was Bastards 3 and there were
Yep.
3 of us. But I guess
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've even.
It's whatever. We haven't got there last week, but we haven't like done anything with them in a while.
Yeah.
What's been going on? I actually don't know where to start. Have you seen that shit on YouTube? Have you been getting into those video game sound font albums?
No, what are those?
It's like where they recreate like a whole album but using like the sound font of like a Mario 64 or like the Pokemon
That's
sound
crazy.
font.
I know what you're saying.
I listened to Linkin Park's Meteora and Hybrid Theory front to back through like the Pokemon Fire Red sound font.
Is it good or
It's
is it,
insane.
is it like really good?
I'll play it for you after this.
Yeah, of course.
It's awesome. But like
That's weird.
Deftones Adrenaline.
Who does that? Like, so are
It's
people?
it's a bunch of people now. It's just a whole like YouTube genre pretty much.
That's crazy. They're
But
just
like all
making
of
covers.
all of
work.
Deftones' first album through like the Mario 64 sound font.
That's
it's
fucking
it's
wild.
sick. And Press to Exit. Have you seen Press to Exit? It does like top 100 hits, but the bit rate like increases from like 1 bit, 2 bit, 1 bit, 4 bit, 8 bit, 16, 64.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so like New Magic Wand or like Kendrick Lamar songs or like
That's fucking
Kanye
crazy.
songs and stuff. That's
actually pretty sick. It's kind of cool when the communities kind of make their own little genres.
yeah. I don't even know how they do it. It doesn't make any sense to
Yeah.
me because
Like, is there an algorithm they use, or do you think they try to match?
I don't think
like,
it is. I think
Do
they
you think
just
they just trial and error?
I think they
like,
just
pump things out
recreate. I think they just recreate instrument packs.
using.
I think people just make instrument packs of specific sound fonts because they're like iconic by this point. Like Game Boy games.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Game Boy games like Pokemon,
Or
Fire
any
Emblem Advance
Mario
Wars,
or probably
Mario. Like they all have their
trying to
own
think what
specific
other-
sound font because of the
like
limitation
Mega
of
Man
the device.
and shit.
The
Yeah.
Mega Man games,
They're
yeah,
so
like,
iconic, so retro.
yeah, all
that
those
they have everything. Yeah, I bet you could literally make all of those games from the ground up with just asset packs online at this point. Like any of those games.
most people do.
Yeah, like you could just make your own. It's fucking.
It gets to be. I mean, it gets to be ridiculous at some point because it's like, what are you? It becomes the AI debate again because it's like, what
Yeah.
are you actually building? If you take just shit that other people made and you're like, I made stuff using only that. It's not like a reference or an inspiration.
Yeah.
You were literally using the same tools to build your thing. And
Yeah.
and then you lose the AI art argument because you're doing the same thing. But it has the human touch. But in this specific case, it doesn't.
Because it's already been made.
Because it's already been made. Like
been
all
created,
the
been
tools, like it's a Lego set at this point.
Yeah, and
And
they're just putting
you're
it-
just making it together in a different way. Because you're like, I want this color on the top,
Yeah.
or like you get a Lego X-wing set, but you're like, I want to turn it into like a Y-wing or like a Star Destroyer.
That makes sense.
Or I want.
That's a good point, though. I
Yeah.
mean, they changed the ruling, didn't they? Like the Senate and shit. They were just saying how
Has there been a Senate ruling?
Yeah,
on that? I
yeah.
haven't paid attention.
AI art is now like it's being treated as if you put the prompt in, just because you put the prompt doesn't make you copyright claimable for these artworks, since an AI made it all. And also, if you use artificial intelligence to assist in making a work, like you have to use it in transformative nature, just like as if it was a public domain asset.
I think that's
which makes more
fine.
sense.
I think
Because now it's like if you use it for like texturing, but you created this huge, beautiful piece, it's kind of like that.
I don't really have as much of a problem with it as I did
When it first started.
And
Especially with
my
everybody
problem with
pretending it was theirs.
Yeah, and my
That was a
problem with
lot.
it wasn't even that big. It was just like
Like, why?
it's just because it's incomplete. But then I looked into like, because fair use laws are pretty cut and dry, and I pretty much side with them on a moral standpoint. Aside from like, when Disney uses it and stuff, but
Yeah. Fuck them.
because fuck huge megacorps extending copyright laws forever. But in terms of like protecting the individual or like smaller pieces of media and stuff, I don't really care because, yeah, you're like everybody's gonna do the same shit one way or another. You can't keep reinventing the wheel.
Yep.
Now you just made a wheel made out of metal and circuits, and now you're getting mad at it that it like runs fast or that it
Yeah.
spins fast.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen to wheels with hand cranks? What's going to happen
Not
to
the hand
horse-drawn
crank.
carriages?
I'm
Well,
thinking of
motherfucker,
like,
you can still have them on your dirt road.
thinking like
we
the
have cars.
2-person like lift up and down like
Oh, the trolley cart.
the trolley
Yeah,
carts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those things are so fucking funny to me.
Dude.
Because how does that shit work, and why is that the idea? Why would you ever make a vehicle that is only works on one specific type of terrain, and it's it is a track for like a 1 million pound vehicle that will immediately kill you if you like come within eyesight of it on this thing.
We should
And then also
find the hand trolleys.
the hand trolley. Why would you make a vehicle that requires 2 people's input at all? Why would you ever do that?
Like the tandem bicycle.
Also, how the fuck does that thing even work where you can get it going in one direction or the other?
I think it's momentum. It's got to be momentum.
What,
Yeah.
Then what's the point of the pump? Because like one guy's blind. One person's just blind.
Yeah, yeah. It's so you can
You're
put.
playing on a seesaw.
It's so you put one your friend that's going straight ahead that has their back to the train, so they don't see it coming. So you have time to jump off.
Yeah. And
Well, your
they'll keep
homeboy,
going,
yeah,
they're the brakes. Yeah.
they're the brakes.
It's like if during the Industrial Revolution, if you invented like a fucking like a car, like a bus, but it was a swing set.
Yes.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, a two-person.
There's already
swing
there's
set.
already steam locomotives and like small engine like differential cars by this point. The Model T's already
Seesaws
out.
are lit.
Yeah, and seesaws are lit like on a playground. Why are you putting it on a fucking train cart? That's stupid.
I love it. What a good idea.
I know it's like an oil pump. Why are you doing it?
It's
Why
a great idea.
Why are you doing
actually.
that?
I wouldn't want it any other way. Thinking about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, it's hilarious. I'm not saying it shouldn't exist. It's already been outpaced technologically, so I'm not saying it's like a culture thing we need to get rid of. But it's the one like completely goofy vehicle that just shouldn't exist, but like it's hilarious, so we keep it around. Aside from the first bike. Those
the
first,
massive bike?
Yeah, the massive
the tricycle thing?
The tricycle thing with a huge wheel in the front.
Yeah, we need those.
The menstrual cycle, as I like to call it, yeah.
The menstrual. Yeah, the menstrual cycle. What the fuck?
What else have I been getting into aside from that? I tried watching BoJack Horseman again. I remember I talked to you a while ago.
I haven't watched it.
It sucks. I hate it. It's so much worse than I remember it.
Really? It sounds funny.
What
kind of humor?
Part of my problem with it is the humor, so I'll get to it in a second.
Gotcha.
It's like I get what it is and what it's going for. It's not like nihilistic or anything. It's like depressing. It's about a depressed burnout. And every single character around him is like a representative of something he's failing at in his life because of his depression. Or is a reflection of him that he hates because he's depressed or something, which is a completely fine basis to make a show out of. But one, it's going for comedy.
Yeah.
So half the jokes are just like, haha, I did something self-destructive and impulsive, or I'm reaping what I've sown of being self-destructive and impulsive. I'm like, BoJack goes out to a bar because he's sad about something, and then like the next scene happens, and he has like a meeting the next day in his house, and then the girl that he brought back from the bar is like at his house eating his Pop-Tarts, and he's like, "Why are you here? Get out!" And there goes my last Pop-Tart, and that's like supposed to be the joke, but one, you're not rooting for this guy, so he's just an asshole who sucks, and two, the humor doesn't land, in my opinion. I don't find it funny. Because it has this horrendous problem that I've seen in Western animation and not cartoons, not like, because Gumball doesn't do this, Adventure Time doesn't do this.
Those are different. I'd say those are for a different demographic.
It's not even about the fact that they're a demographic. It's about the medium of Western animation.
Okay.
I'm trying to like just take those two out of it because I think they're incredible cartoons and stuff, but they're not part.
When
of the
did BoJack
thing.
come out?
2015, 16. It's been out for a while. It's pretty old. There's like 6 or 7 seasons of it. And
I'm about to say it's up there with like Rick and Morty. Right?
Yeah.
So
Rick and Morty also has this problem, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's nonstop dialogue. There are no moments where
there's nothing happening, or like it's
not even nothing happening. Because there are times when nothing is happening, but there's always a character on screen saying how there is nothing happening, or what of that is happening is nothing, or there's a character reacting. Like if a character goes through something, like somebody vomits because they're like anxious or upset about something, you don't get to just eat that moment up
because they're talking,
because another character will come in and react to it, or like they'll play it for comedy. Like there's in like the first couple episodes, BoJack, there's like a recurring bit about how anytime he throws a party, there's a cotton candy machine, and he like ODs on cotton candy and like throws up a ridiculous amount of it. And the basis of that bit, hilarious. In execution, when you see it, sucks ass. Because what happened? So basically, in the beginning, he's writing like an autobiography, or like a memoir, to try and like recapture his fame, because he was like a sitcom star in like the 90s or something, and now he's just like a burnout.
Yep.
So his agent hired a writer for him to write the book for him, and she shows up at this party that he threw, and he had too much cotton candy, and then someone he dislikes is dating this woman who's supposed to be his writer. So he like goes, "Oh, you two are dating," and then leans over the balcony and starts barfing cotton candy. And the first like second it happened, I busted out laughing. And then he cuts himself off mid vomit to like turn back and be like, "No, I'm okay," and then keeps barfing. And it just immediately cut it off because the characters reacted to it.
Yeah.
And then he said something about it while the joke was. I don't know. I watched half of the first
season. It's
season.
spoon-fed, like
they keep telling you what the
it's
humor is.
Yeah, it's literally in everything though. It's not just in even the comics, like American comics right
No,
now.
it's like it's in mostly everything.
I use that same kind of argument with slow motion. Like after the Matrix, like, oh, that was sick, that was so cool, and then every action.
Slow mo died with 300 though, like 300.
Yeah, oh yeah,
300
I loved the Spartans are so
well,
cool.
because an hour of that movie was in slow mo, and then people got sick of it, so it's fine. It died naturally through an overdose.
That's why I feel about that. Same with like same with some horror. Right? They like it's spoon-fed horror. It's like
jump scares. Jump scares are stupid.
Some like I've definitely been got by a couple of them, like in a couple good movies.
Yeah,
but like for fuck's
that's
sake, it's like every
the jump scares that get me aren't in horror movies.
Yeah, they're like something separate. I feel like I get more scared sometimes at the beginning of a scary movie, these newer ones, than the actual scary parts.
I you know what I like? I like really old horror, like books. I've been getting into like horror books recently. Like have you heard of like The King in Yellow or The Nightlands? Those are two that I
Who are they by? Anybody like notable?
No, I completely forgot. One of The Nightlands, back then everybody had like W.B. Weissman or something. And this part of this story actually inspired both of these stories inspired like Lovecraft type stuff. So
oh really?
Just
so these are older than HP.
But the like they're older than
HPV
because they're like the late 1800s, like 1890 something and like 1910.
AIDS.
But The Nightlands is just about like it's just a horrendous scenario. It's not really like a spooky thing or like a haunting or a threat really. It's the world's gone dark because the sun burned out way faster than we anticipated. So everybody on Earth, like every continent, has this like 80-mile high steel pyramid that everybody piled in. Basically, it's like the city of Ember almost. Do you remember the city of Ember? Did you ever read? Yeah. Like they got all the artificial lights and stuff everywhere, and society's doing its thing. But like outside of it is the Nightland. It's like an eternally dark world with no sun, no moonlight, only like the blanket of stars, and it's pitch black, and the main character has to leave the pyramid to go to another pyramid because he's getting like a distress signal from somebody in there because they're getting attacked by like the monsters that roam around on the outside. And the horror of it isn't what's out there itself as a threat. It's like it's just the fact that because this guy like he goes across and only fights like two things across the entirety of the book, but it
just has you on your seat.
It's the anxiety. It's the anxiety of being watched. Not like because when everybody will turn those lights off at the bottom of the stairs and then sprint up thinking that something is looking at them, and that's just like an anxiety that comes from millions of years of evolution or whatever. But a scenario where when you turn the lights off, something is looking at you, and whether it's going to come get you or not, like that's real horror to me. Because it's just an existential, terrifying thing, and it doesn't rely on jump scare or spooky, the nun, like spooky woman. And then The King in Yellow is just like it's a what is it? Not an anthology. Is it an anthology? Like Star Wars, like Star Wars: The Clone Wars is a bunch of like independent stories told out of order, basically.
Yeah.
It's a collection of short stories.
Okay. Same universe though.
Yeah, it's everything centers around a fictional play called The King in Yellow.
Oh,
and if you read it, it's an SCP basically. Like if you read it, it infects your mind and does a whole bunch of shit to you. But in all the stories, it does something different and like horror based. And only one of the stories is about like the actual guy himself, the King in Yellow. And the other half of the book is just like a collection of like poems that actually have nothing to do with that. So it's like kind of like a refreshing twist away from the world you kind of just delved into. But that sort of stuff, like it doesn't rely on. There is no jump scare in a book. There's no jump scare in a well told story. Because when you flip the page, it's just more words. It's not like, there's not like there's never ever going to be a gun on the other side of a piece of paper that like is ready to like, like the Joker's gun, where he'll pull the trigger
flag.
at you and a flag comes out and it scares you. Like that's not what a well written story does. So horror can be really good when it's like that, and that's, I don't know. I had that written down anyway. I wanted to write or like concept up a around the same time around the same time I texted you about like dressing up as a wizard to go to the club.
I think it's still a good idea. We can still go.
I still want to do. I want to do that too. Yeah, I want to do that too. But can you imagine people's faces if I walked into a nightclub,
cloak
like a four-story nightclub, in a full cloak and hat and beard with like a grimoire and a wand?
That'd be awesome.
And like Roman candles in my sleeve, and someone's like, "Can you do a magic trick?" It's like, watch
watch this.
Firebolt. Anyway,
crazy. Did you go to New York City with all of them?
No,
when they went down?
no. That was Brando and Alexei and Maddie and Boris. I think I didn't go with them.
Yeah, that sounds scary the way they do their trips, where they're just like, we're just going.
Yeah, we're just going. We're just going to walk around and see what happens. That's a terrible idea.
Honestly, if me and you were there, I'd just be like, that'd be a full crew. We'd have a full crew.
Well, I mean, yeah, at least you and me would go to the places together.
Yeah, we ain't leaving.
Because they went down, like,
we'd be there all night.
Alexei went down there and he lost Brando.
Yeah, the homie that he brought.
And then
Boris, like, oh my God, it's scary.
Boris took off to retrace his steps and find him, and he got lucky he found him. He found him passed out on a staircase somewhere.
That's crazy.
And then two of their phones died. So they had to Alexei had to then find Maddie somewhere because Maddie walked away. So he's off on his own just sending us all snaps. 3 of their phones are dead. Like that could have gone horribly for them. Alexei was just out like looking for the most homeless person, as he described it.
I love that.
Hilarious bit by itself. In context, not cool.
We would run amok.
Oh no, we would absolutely we would destroy shit like that, but we'd do it like together so we'd stay safe.
That would be crazy, yo. Let's go to New York City next time. In New York City, we'll have the pod.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! The pod in like
Times Square or something.
Not even. I was thinking the pod at like Central Park at like
Central
2 in the morning.
Just in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah, yep.
You know that's like extremely dangerous.
No,
right?
It's not. We have a full crew.
Okay, yeah.
We have a full crew. We start recruiting.
I think you might have forgotten about the Central Park 5, brother.
You're right. Maybe we get robbed.
They regenerate. They
in the moonlight. They regenerate health. They're nighttime creatures.
Fuck, what's that word when you they reincarnate? Yeah.
They reincarnate
every 5 years.
That's great. The core 4.
The core 4. Did you listen to that one episode I did with Alexei and Malcolm where you did the bit about like replacing every bit of your house with a person?
Yeah, your walls are people, and sometimes if you say a funny joke, they start laughing at you.
Yeah. I listened back to that.
That's funny.
And I had a weird thought about can you imagine like cuz the whole premise of that, like the start of it was like what if you replaced a smoke detector with a person?
Yeah, and he's like smoke.
Yeah.
Smoke.
Or he just died. He's a person taller than you that dies of carbon monoxide poisoning first.
Way before.
Just before you. Yeah.
Way before us. He's like he's got a weak immune system, so he just like
But I thought about that like in reverse. Like can you imagine if like people acted as stupidly as the technology we make on purpose sometimes? Like take a smoke detector. They let you know when they need batteries with an occasional beep. But why are they not like constantly screaming? Because like if you were hungry, or if you
Yeah.
were talking to a person who is starving, like to the point where they're going to die soon,
Yeah.
would it not be ridiculous if you're just having a casual conversation with them, not getting them food, and they occasionally just went, ah, and they're like, and you're like, what? Like, oh, I'm very hungry. But
Just
but
scream.
they should constantly be making like a high pitched noise, going all the time to let you know that they need batteries. Because the thing that's
Yeah,
going to
but if it
save
was
your
a
life,
person,
it's a thing that's going to save your life. If it's a person is
they're
starving to
just
death.
screaming.
Well,
I'm hungry.
they're desperately going to tell you, please, do you have food? Can you give me something
you
to
spare
eat?
me a
Please,
nugget,
can
man?"
you spare anything? Yeah, that'd be absolutely ridiculous.
I like the one when it was like somebody's holding the TV, but somebody is the TV.
Oh yeah, the flip books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two people like doing their arms up in like an L, and then like one's got like the upside down one, so it makes like the finger
Yeah.
frame. But it's with your arms, and then somebody's been doing flip books all night. Dudes doing a cappella in each
They're
corner
serenading.
of the room. Yeah, serenading.
great.
You.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That was a really good bit. That was already like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Because that was
That was a hot minute ago.
that was like well before my birthday, I think.
I was listening to that while I was doing my finals.
I forgot how long ago was that. I might have gotten the time wrong on that entirely. But what fucking episode was that in? Jesus Christ. Why is my brain failing me now?
Sponsorship with Heirloom. Wait, what's their tagline? 1 second.
What is heirloom? What is this?
Adjust your altitude.
What is that?
You gotta. I'm not telling you what this is unless you hit it.
No, I'm not hitting it.
Yeah. So you don't need to know what it is.
Oh, it's a Chuffington. Okay.
It's a Rudy Toot Tooter.
Rudy Toot Tooter.
This is crazy. This is insane. I went to our first dispensary kind of area experience in like upstate New York in the capital region.
Yep.
There's a spot where the fuck is it? It's kind of near Mohawk Commons. I forgot what it's called, the name of it though. Anyways, it's a fucking Mod Podge of just bullshit and random stuff in there. And when I go in there, there's this old white guy there with this big ass fucking Mets jersey. And he's like frail as fuck and small, but he's wearing like a triple XL. It's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Anyways, going out front, park right out front, walk right in. And he's like, oh, well, slow down, little guy. I thought he was just hanging out front. He looked homeless. He's actually the dude who owns the spot.
Oh, really?
I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. He does this whole screening. He's asked me a bunch of questions. Like, oh, you here for pickup? He was really nice. Then he's like, hey, if you guys could scoot down. And they have this giant, weird U-shaped couch in the front of their store. It's kind of like when the center fucking window on both left and right side, doorway in the center.
Yep.
And I go in, and I sit at the far left of this, or the far right, sorry, when you're walking in, the far right in this U-shape. And then it turns into, it's a game of musical chairs practically to get fucking what you need at this dispensary.
What?
And every single time somebody moves, you have to like scoot down. And people keep coming in and doing it, and it's so weird. Yeah, so you have to like scoot down, so you're like taking a number. Anyways, they bring you into this back room where a literal like licensed, like quote unquote licensed doctor, which the dude is no older than me. There's no fucking way you're a doctor. Sorry, buddy. They're all younger than me, I swear.
Well, you don't get it, dude. He graduated high school at 16.
Yeah, and he's got his master's.
He went to med school for weed, so.
Yeah, he went to the med school, bro. Yeah. So, anyways, I start talking to him. He's like, yeah, we can only do cash transactions.
Like mid-school.
We can only do cash transactions. I do this cash transactions. I'm saying quotes, right? So you guys can't see that. I'm saying that in quotes because he pretty much explained that it has to be done in cash, but there's a byproduct of using like an ATM machine on their like their card readers.
Yeah,
so
banks can't process it.
Yep, it's this weird loophole thing. So anyways, I do that, and I noticed that it gets declined, and he's like, no, it's fine. And they still haven't charged me for like over $100, and I was like, what the fuck?
All right.
How are they not making? So I'm just waiting for this to come out of my pocket.
They'll figure it out, or they won't.
Yeah, literally. Going into the back is the weirdest thing because it's like a locked door system with like alarms and shit. So you go through these like double doors. It's like an airlock. It's like one long ass counter, and there's these like rotating like they're on like a belt where it rotates all these different fucking strains and different shit like all in your front, your face on these like Lazy Susans
Yeah.
where they just spin constantly. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? This place is high tech as shit. And then in the back corner of this small ass room, that there's like a bunch of people crammed in because there are all these different quote licensed doctors trying to help everybody, and they're just like shoveling fucking drugs through this small ass hole in the wall. It's like no larger than like you could shove your head in, and like no bigger than
And
fucking
no
a
more.
basketball. No,
That's ridiculous.
it's fucking insane. I can't believe that's like legal now.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why New York is changing. I don't like a lot of the changes that are going on here.
They're so weird. They're
Even the,
they're
like-
like halfway committed, but they're
Yeah.
not. So
Even
it fucks
the-
over the stores and
Even like the fucking good ones are just part of a wave of change that I think is bad in general. Like we're getting a Chick-fil-A up by where I work,
yep.
but first of all, I'm watching this thing be built every day because I have to pass it because
Yep.
in the Clifton Park Center, it's a three-lane drive-through Chick-fil-A. They're anticipating that much traffic. Completely fine for a single building.
I think 2-lane is fine, but 3, that's a
Well,
lot.
because I think we were supposed to get 2 of them. One in North Greenbush, one in Clifton Park.
So since we got only one,
to split the traffic. But we only got one.
do people really drive that far out of their way to get chicken?
Well, I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm going to go on the day that this Chick-fil-A opens. I'm going to go to the one in Chicopee, Massachusetts, because that's where New York people go for Chick-fil-A. So there'll be less traffic at that one because everybody locally will be going to the one in Clifton Park.
Yep.
But I don't like that one is there because
Mm.
it's right off of 87. It's right off of the bridge system. So if there's that much traffic going into the plaza,
It's gonna
traffic could be
funnel out.
blocked up like onto
For
the
chicken.
highway for
Just for
Chick-fil-A.
chicken.
Like just for Chick-fil-A. And I think that's just a massive oversight by like the Department of Transportation and like whatever department signs off on like the building permits and stuff in that area. Because it's cool that we are going to have it,
Yeah.
but having one at a time and that place like that busy is the same as like putting a fucking a half committed weed store anywhere.
Yeah, literally.
It's just
Literally.
it's like a decision that's not thought out in the slightest, and it's just only going to have negative repercussions immediately. I don't get why that's what's going on in this area. Fuck it. I guess we're complaining now, so we're going to transition to biggest problem of the week.
What the dog doing?
Do you have any? I'll go first.
You
but do
go
have
first.
any?
You go
All right.
first.
Oh, okay. I have 2 this week. Number 1, biggest problem of the week. Number 1
What the dog doing?
is called semantic stupidity.
What the dog do?
What the dog do? I try to change that sound out every time we use it.
Love it. It's funny.
You know what I think I want to do next week? I think I want to do I'm the Joker, baby. I think
I've
I
never
wanna-
heard that one.
It'll be funny.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure it will.
Um, Well, I hope. Thanks.
I'm
Yeah.
just joking. I think it'll be funny.
As I've said many, many times before, I've spent an absurd amount of time around my father to the point where it is annoying to me. And I've paid attention to his many quirks and habits and traits, so much so that I'm picking them up in like other people. I notice them in other people.
Like what? Like
well,
how does your dad do it? Or how
Just
does-
a lot of things. Like I hate when people chew with their mouth open. Like I complain about Maddie a lot because she chews with her mouth open.
Mm.
And the reason that I notice people do that and it pisses me off is because my dad chews gum with his mouth open.
Oh.
But he chews gum all the fucking time.
Oh, he's always chewing.
He's like always chewing gum.
He needs some Zen. He needs some nicotine.
Yeah, if
Just
he-
slip him
yeah,
some
if he can make
nicotine gum.
nicotine.
Be like, here, Dad, got you a pack of Orbit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll help.
But anyway, my dad's semantic choices are very poor. Like he speaks English like it's his second language,
Still?
but it's his first language. It's the only language he speaks.
He doesn't speak anything else.
He doesn't speak anything else.
Wait, what does he say weird? Or like,
Well, he talks like he has a very low IQ. Like
really? Like people could have presumed just
like in his jiu-jitsu class a lot, he's teaching about a very intricate and sophisticated physical activity that requires distinction between, directions and limbs and pronoun choice between like differentiating between like yourself and the person you're fighting and controlling and stuff like that. But he will describe every single action and every single body part and like everything that like when you could just say like your right hand or like going to the left side or something. he'll say this and that all the time.
Do this and that.
Yeah. See, he
That'd be weird.
okay. I will give you a. Here is a.
Give me a lesson.
Here is a jiu-jitsu lesson from Victor McLeod if you're a blind person. All of you listeners and you know you're about to experience the exact same thing. This is what it's like to learn jiu-jitsu from my father. So when you start in the butterfly guard and the guy's trying to flatten you out, and he goes for the leg, notice how I have this here? You're going to want to take this one and move it here. And then you're going to do this so that when he does that, you can do this, and then you'll end up on the side mount. And sometimes in class, I'll close my eyes and be like, how the fuck did you get there? Because I have a really short attention span for him. So, like, if I start thinking about something else and I realize I need to be watching or, like, listening to taking the technique, I'll be like, I'll close my eyes and be like, I'll try and learn it blind. And then he'll finish explaining it, or quote-unquote explaining it, and be like, what the fuck? How did you get there? Because he just talks like, in my opinion, an imbecile. And my dad is not stupid. I know he's not stupid. I just don't get why he like doesn't choose better words. But anyway, I observed that from him, and now I see shit like that in other people. And I was having a conversation with somebody that I really don't the other day at work. And
At your new job.
Yeah.
Druthers.
There's this girl I work with. She just like everything about her I just despise. And she's not even like mean or bad at all. It's just, some people just like rub you the wrong way, and she just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Just like the like long nails and fake lashes white girl with like overdone makeup, and she dresses weird. Just like the vibe of someone who has an OnlyFans and chews gum loud and is over entitled. She's not actually that bad, but just the appearance I don't like, right? So I tried having a conversation with her about something because somebody else that I was talking to walked over to her for something. And she did something my dad did. Like, she was listing something off in conversation, and then she ended the sentence with yada, yada, yada.
Saying that?
Like, she was listing stuff off and then finished it with yada, yada, yada. And I noticed that I got mad immediately. And I tried to think about it and think if I was just being crazy. But then I realized, like, those words, like your word choice in certain instances is very important, because if you say like, if you list like 5 things, but the list could continue, and you finish it with etc. Etc. is a direct, like its definition is a direct implication that there is more to this list, but it is not necessary for the context. Or if you say so on and so forth or whatever, that does the same. But if you say yada yada yada, like you can't use yada 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 against somebody if they're like taking too long to say, or you can't use etc. against somebody. Like if you want somebody to get to the point, you don't go etc. and so on and so on. You go yada yada yada, get to the point.
Yeah.
So yada 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 means everything that you just said did not need to be said.
Yeah.
And it just it
nullified.
invalidates
Like
your own
nullification.
point. And I don't know, I just felt crazy about that for a second, but then I realized that, it wasn't super important. Biggest problem of the week, number 2.
What the dog do? What the dog do?
That was so dominant.
What the
Sounds
dog
like
do?
me.
It's my cousin Connor.
That's awesome.
This one is called Baby Making Barber Ladies. I get my hair cut at Sport Clips, and I have for a long while, because my old barber from before I went to college doesn't live in New York anymore, so I just never found a new one. And when I came back from school and during the pandemic, I had long hair. So when I wanted to just chop it off, I started going to Sport Clips.
I've been there.
I go to one Sport Clips in particular
Same one though.
because one of the people we went to high school with, her older sister works there.
Who? Oh.
I just happened to see her there on accident, like because I was getting a haircut in that area. I didn't have a regular one, so that became my regular one because I already had rapport with the person there. She had a kid in January, so the last time I got a haircut from her was in like November or December.
She was ready to pop.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
couldn't be me, baby. Couldn't be.
I know some of the other other
God.
ladies there because I talk to them a lot because I go in there for haircuts all the time.
Yeah.
And so I just picked another one of them to give me a haircut again. And I walk to the back to sit down, and what do I see? But this bitch is also 7 months pregnant. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why are all my Sport Clips babes getting knocked up?
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Oh,
Listen, I go to Sport Clips because I'm a lonely guy. Because having women touch my head makes my heart purr. Okay, why are all these women getting pregnant and then leaving me?
damn, these pregnant women.
I'm just kidding. That was
Not
not that big of a deal. But that was the segment on my
the
end.
pregnant women.
What the dog doing?
Do you have any big problems this week, Noah?
Yeah, I got one.
What do you got?
That was so dominant.
Yo,
That's not the whole thing.
That was so dominant. I have an erection.
I wish that was just. Oh, the soundbite is awesome.
I have the soundbite.
All
It's in
right.
there.
Armenian people trying to dress me
hold
up
on.
for a suit.
What the dog doing?
What's this one called?
Armenian people trying to dress me for a fucking suit, bro. That was very difficult.
It's about Armenians.
Armenians? Is that what they are?
Armenia? Yeah.
What are they called? Armenians? That's what they are, right?
What group of people are you talking about?
I don't fucking know, dude. Dude, anyways, their language barrier. Obviously, English is not their first language, and they did a great job. But going to a Men's Warehouse or wherever the fuck we went, and then trying to do all this complex suiting and stitching and how to do your inseams properly and all that stuff, and they're like just doing a lot of hand gesturing and grunt noising. So I was like just trying to go along with everything.
To you or to each other?
To each other when they were talking. Yeah, I don't really know how they were speaking with each other. It sounded like a lot of like. Yeah, I was like, what? Hello? Would you say something about me? I don't know how to say that shit.
What was the occasion that you had to get suited up?
I got to get a suit for I had to get like $1,000 suit. I took all my graduation money and pretty much put it towards that. It's a new car, but I did that. It's all for interviews and stuff, especially for some of these larger places coming in. Yeah. But honestly, I'm really excited for. After getting it suited up and looking fresh, I was like, damn.
I started dressing nice last summer just cause.
Yeah,
it felt good to put on like a button-up shirt.
Yeah, I was like,
and a
damn, dude, like, fuck, I'm looking all right. And then
it's a great feeling to just clean yourself up.
Yeah, I always look like a street bum when I'm going around. That's just kind of my my get up. Yeah, it's not too bad though. It really wasn't that bad. I honestly recommended them to a couple people, and my friend Eddie went over there to get suited up too. So couldn't have been that bad, right?
No, it never is.
It really isn't.
Suits are mad expensive though for no fucking reason.
Yeah, they're really, really fucking expensive, and yeah, very, very large people work at that place. And there was like this small woman running around. Like she looked like a 13-year-old, but like with the face of like a 60-year-old. It was really fucking weird. Yeah, it's like, huh.
Do you have any other biggest problems?
No.
That was the segment.
What the dog doing?
That was so.
What the dog doing?
That was so what the dog doing. Oh man, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with the rest of the time, man? We're adults now. That fucking sucks.
Yep, we gotta go get jobs.
We have to interact. Yeah, we have to get jobs and we have to be art people interacting with Philistines for the rest of our lives.
Yo, yeah.
That sucks ass.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta cater to the fucking whatever the narrative.
Yeah, you gotta go about like a normal routine now. I just have to go to work now and
stop
interact.
bitching.
And I have to
go to work and stop bitching. That's what I gotta do.
Shut up.
No.
Shut up.
There's always room to bitch, especially when all those people be doing the same shit.
They're like,
no,
you never guessed what I just had to put up with at work.
Yeah.
It's like the most minimal shit too. Sometimes it's like
my job has like such a strange
atmosphere,
culture, and environment. Yeah. Because Druthers is very gay, like very gay.
Yeah.
And not even in the derogatory way I use it sometimes. I mean, like, it's literally like it's run and owned and operated by homosexuals. And it's in a massive metro area. So how many gay guys can I think of on the staff, like on the spot, or just gay people in general? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 off the top of my head. of a staff of like 30 front of house. So I mean that's a sixth of the population I can think of right off the bat, which is a massive share compared to the amount of actual gay people there are in America. But yeah, so there's like more gay people than I'm used to, and then I work right by Shen, so there's a bunch of like my job is full of the beautiful babes.
Yeah.
Like I sometimes I get some eye candy walking around, and I'm like,
not too bad.
It's not too bad. The people I can neg with and have fun with look nice. Some of them though, some of those beautiful babes are like, don't fucking say that, because you're gonna go to jail, and you can never tell.
Yeah.
There's like
it's fucking crazy.
There's like 28-year-old women and like 16-year-old women, and they look exactly the same in this place, and they do the same thing, and they talk the same, so you can just never tell.
Yep.
And as a single guy, that's like very dangerous.
It's like playing a game of Minesweeper. You're going around
it is.
poking that shit with flag.
I go
You
around
put a little
asking
red flag there. You're like, I'm not going near that.
I go around asking other people about people I want to know things about instead of just asking them themselves. Like, so I go around playing Minesweeper about other people.
Yeah, right.
And then there's the beautiful babes, of course. You have to. It's food service. There has to be beautiful babes, otherwise you're going to get no business. And then on the other side of that, I work with just some complete creatures.
Really?
Just some absolute creatures. There's this guy, I swear he's schizophrenic or something.
Oh, shit. He's fucking flipping patties in the back. But
No. Well, I'll get there in a second. Racist on the show, because somebody could take that the wrong way. There's this like one of our dishwashers. He's just like always saying something, like to somebody who walks back, like to every other dishwasher and like line cook and back of house person and me and the other bussers and all the other servers and stuff who like go back there and drop dishes off, and he's just always saying some like out of pocket ass backwards shit that means absolutely nothing. There's no conversation to have there. He's just a guy who just has like, random dialogues. He's just an NPC with random dialogues.
Yo.
But I walked by him today, and he followed me out because I left the back to go to the bathroom, and he followed me out, and we made eye contact before we left the back to go to the bathroom. Yeah, and we didn't go together. He just followed me, and I got in there first, and then went to a urinal and did my business, obviously, and then he follows me in, and he goes towards urinal. But before he goes to a urinal or a stall, he says hi to me and starts having a conversation.
In the bathroom.
What kind of absolute gremlin does that, dude? You want to say hi to me while my dick is out? That's wild. That's absurd.
I pretend people are like they vanish from existence while they're taking their business and taking a pit. You know what I mean?
I don't talk to people.
Yeah,
in the bathroom.
like they're gone.
Policy thing. It's
yeah,
a
I'm
common
at the
courtesy.
sink doing whatever. I'm in
like we're not in high school anymore. We're not going in there to like try and
it's not
sneak
social
weed or like.
It's not a social hour at the bathroom anymore.
Yeah, like
you know?
we're at work, dude. Do not fucking like you're gonna see me outside in 30 seconds.
You could say hi to me out there, bro.
Yeah, please do not say hi to me in the bathroom. My penis is out. I'm using not only is it out.
I'm using it.
I'm using my penis.
I'm using it. I'm using it for its purpose.
No one should talk to me while I'm using my penis.
Not a.
Why would you ever?
Don't fucking breathe near me while my dick is out.
Come on,
I don't want your air germs.
That is ridiculous.
On my shaft.
It's not even about
You're polluting.
It's not even about the germs. It's like it's just why are you talking to me while there's liquid. There's a stream out of my body.
You can hear it, man. You can hear it.
Yeah, you can fucking you can. It's so
context clues.
I mean, in certain circumstances, it's like
that was so dominant.
It can be super fucking dominant against somebody else as like a power play.
That's a dominant move.
When you're like
when you're schizophrenic,
when you're the middle-aged schizo dishwasher, and you're not making power plays on me, you're just being weird. Do not talk to me while my penis is out.
My dick is out, dude.
Please do not do it.
That's
Don't talk to me while my dick is out. It's very simple. It's a very simple policy. Don't take a urinal next to somebody if there's another spaced one available.
Exactly. And don't take the weird like mini one for children.
Don't take the mini one
especially
for children.
Especially if you're like 6 foot.
Don't take the mini one for children and midgets. Don't take a shit in the handicapped stall unless it's
the only one.
Unless it's the only one available.
It's like we need to teach these guys like proper etiquette.
But like simple men's bathroom etiquette. Mischief or Cussor? Mischief Castle! I should rescind that. That's an oddly political statement I just made for no reason.
Just scratch that one out. Didn't happen.
Wow!
Yeah,
That one didn't happen.
I'll
take that sound and I'll just cut it over what I just said.
Makes sense.
And I'll throw the wow in there as well.
Good shit.
Jujutsu Kaisen 2 next month.
Yeah. Is that the movie?
July.
Is that the movie or
No,
is it the
season
second
2.
series?
Second
Okay,
season.
okay.
Alright. Premieres July 22nd? 21st?
Oh, that's in a couple months.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Attack on Titan should also end this year, I hope. And then we get to move on with our lives. And then Chainsaw Man 2 should be next year. No. Is it next year?
It takes a while for those to come out, right?
2025. Yeah, but MAPPA isn't doing anything after... Because once they end Attack on Titan, that's their like biggest mainline series that they're working on. So they're not going to do... Like, they're going to have more animation team time, to go...
do shit.
To do like stuff like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man and all that. Once again, what you got going on over there?
Trying to see for moves tonight and see if my friends are going out and trying to see if maybe we'll meet them.
I think I got a text from a couple people as well. I should probably check that. Well,
I'm sorry, I didn't
no,
mean to
it's
go on
fine.
my
I just realized that we're about to end this in like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and
I was
no
trying to
idea.
think
I
about-
also have no idea what we're gonna do after this.
I mean, we can take it slow. Honestly, we're really in no rush.
Malcolm wants to do D&D tonight.
I mean, we can go do that if you want to do that too.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah. I'll respond to him in a minute if if it doesn't work.
We'll do that.
out.
We'll figure that one out after the fucking show. We were talking about Attack on Titan, how they're finishing up. Their money maker is pretty much over, which is good thing and bad thing. I don't know.
Jujutsu Kaisen is gonna be more. Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man are gonna be way more popular. Because Attack on Titan
Relevancy? It's relevancy,
Attack
right?
on Titan's relevancy is over.
It's over. Yeah, I remember that shit popping off.
Attack on
like,
Titan's relevancy
when we were in high school. Yeah,
it ended when we were in middle school. Because
I didn't even like the first like 2 or 3 seasons.
They
of it. I
took-
liked it when the war started breaking out.
the
and
war
other-
was sick.
That
The war
was dope.
sick.
I liked watching the Titans fight.
The ending arc is awesome.
That's so badass. Spoilers.
It's a 10-year-old franchise at
Spoilers.
this point. I mean, it ended 2 years ago. We're good.
You're up to date, guys. Shut up.
Yeah, you got. Well, I mean, if
You
you're
got-
listening to this, you should be up to date. The first season came out in like 2013, and then the second season came out in like 2017 or 18. It took like 4 or 5 years for them to make a second season. The war arc was already starting by the time the second season came out, and that was in the first arc still. So the hype died on its own. But Jujutsu Kaisen season 1 came out 2020. And then the movie came out last year, and then season 2 is going to come out this year. So there's only really like a year gap between the airings of these things. And then Chainsaw Man is going to probably come out 1 or 2 seasons like on the calendar year, literal seasons after Jujutsu Kaisen's done, because it's probably going to be 24 episodes. That's a half year.
Yeah.
Maybe a little longer. And that's... Yeah, it's half a year. So if it comes out in July, it'll be done by the end of the year. And then if there's like spring of 2024 or summer 2024, then we're going to get Chainsaw Man news. And that's just MAPPA. And that's just anime from MAPPA. But that's a good timeline to look forward to. That's good stuff.
It's actually not that bad.
What do we got left?
That was so
That was so...
I want to have my cousin. I want to have Connor on. He's the last one of my cousins. Have you heard have you listened back to like the entire catalog of the show? Or just to the first one you were on?
I listened to that and then pretty much up forth. I haven't listened to some of the recent ones, the like last 2.
Okay.
So the last one I was on like a while ago, and then this one obviously is now, and then another one. And I listened to the highlights. With Cat with
Casso,
yeah.
Malachi,
With,
I've been delaying putting out the second
dude,
one of those
that
because they're so
dude
bad.
is so funny,
They're
dude.
so bad.
Dude, oh my god, that guy is so fucking funny.
Guy's hilarious.
That dude's he's like a character. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
he's like
oh, he's doing the thing.
in like a
he like
post-ironic.
sidetracked and then was talking to what's her face in the doorway for like.
Did I leave that in the highlights of when
Yeah, I
when he
think
shows
so.
up
Yeah,
and he
'cause I
starts a
remember-
second conversation
Yeah,
despite the fact that he
and you
sees
can
where-
hear them in like across the room, and I'm like, that's
no,
so
not
funny.
across the room because she was sitting with us at the table doing the show, and Cass is standing right over here,
Or yeah,
5
yeah,
feet
yeah,
away,
that's what I meant. Though.
and she turns around with the mic to say stuff. Like the conversation's happening over here. Don't fucking bring the mic with you.
Yeah, that shit was.
But that's all like the first 20. That's why I'm just having such a hard time putting like the compilation stuff together for like the second half.
Yeah.
Because there's just nothing funny in there. Because that's all those
Yeah.
people are. But episodes 3 and 6 are my cousin James and my cousin Ryan, and then Ryan appeared on 31 again.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was and then Evan was on 51. Foxy and the Golden Boy. And then my only other cousin that I need to get on is Connor, this guy right here.
That was so dominant. I have an erection. That was sick.
Where'd you get that from?
From his YouTube channel.
That's awesome.
He just screen records like Madden gameplays sometimes and just like
Sends it into the ether.
sends out like 20-second videos of like Madden plays. Because my cousins will like play Madden and then just take their best clips and then
That's awesome.
post it on the YouTube, and I fucking love it. I have so much. Sometimes I'll just watch that entire catalog
of
of
just
my
all
cousin.
the funniest.
But my
Man.
cousin Connor is like a fucking lingo machine. So he's just like everything that I say, all like my phrases and stuff that I repeat and stuff, I steal from other podcasts because I'm really not that creative on the fly, and nobody else. We don't have like recurring gags so we can get lingo from. I want Connor on the show, 1, to round out all my cousins that are on here, and 2,
to
because
bridge all that.
because he's gonna have fucking hilarious phrases and stuff.
That's awesome.
And then of course I gotta get the 4 boys together for Bastards 4, and then Evan wants episode 100. I've reserved episode 100 for him, and honestly, the show might end after that.
Think so?
I don't know. I never plan. I haven't planned doing more than it.
Okay.
Doing
What
past
number we at
episode
now?
100. 75. This is 75.
How many
Or
years have you been doing
6.
this again?
That's a hard thing
Gotcha.
to
gotcha.
say. Technically, I posted the first ones. The first ones I posted in January or February of last year. But
Word.
the first 3 were so a year and a half to 2 years ish. We'll just call it a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is 70. You know what? I missed a week last week. I would just pretend that there actually is a lost episode. So I'll just pretend that one's
Yeah.
going up. So yeah, this is 76. So in 24 weeks, which should be around Christmas time, I think, Evan gets episode 100, and then I don't have a plan past that. But I don't know. We'll see.
I think
we'll see where
I think when
Elias
it gets
at.
closer, you'll know.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? You'll know if you want to continue or not.
Yeah.
honestly.
I
That you'll
know.
know by then.
I promised him that, and that's like the only reason I've gone thus far.
When'd you promise that?
Huh?
When'd you make that promise, or when did you ask?
When I asked him to be on it the first time, he said he wanted to wait till episode 100, and I got him to cave in and do 51, and then he moved to. He lives in California, so when he
Gotcha.
comes back,
That'll be.
I'll try and
perfect
get him
time.
to record another one because I don't want to wait till Christmas because he might not come back for Christmas.
Yeah, so get
Like
a
the economy's
recorded
just in shambles, and our family's like putting travel plans and stuff together with our family right now is a complete fucking nightmare. And I think that's gonna be that's gonna
Recurring.
be recurring for a
Yeah.
while. So I don't want to wait and take a gamble on it for Christmas and then miss the episode. I'd rather just like record 2 hours with him
and then yeah,
and then have it for later. Because if he comes back like next month or in like July or something, that'll be around like 80, 82 ish.
that makes sense.
So I'll just keep one in the I'll keep one in the bank.
A little one in the chamber, baby.
I'll keep one in the
a little
chamber, and then if we end up recording one
Yeah.
for Christmas, I'll post the one from earlier, and then episode 100 will be the one that we do around that time. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
That's just how I operate things. I'm just trying to kill time.
That was
I'm being dominant right now. Fucking like
Dominant. I'm dominant in the battlefield.
That
That
was
was
so
so
dominant.
dominant.
I have an erection. That was sick.
so
I memorized that. He's so funny.
Fucking Madden. Out of any game I could think of, it's
Well, they were all
Madden.
football players.
That makes sense.
So they do like the career, like they do like the build a player.
Yeah, and
I think they have
go
a guy.
through it
They
and
have a
shit.
guy called like James Weatherspoon or something. He's like a really low stat halfback, but he's just an absolute beast in running on the sideline to.
That's
Because
awesome.
all the clips are like 20 seconds, 30 seconds long. They always pop in the middle of their conversations. Or like, oh, you're gonna fucking, you're gonna run the D line to go left and across, and you wouldn't throw it to that trash ass halfback, would you? Yes, Jimmy.
That's actually pretty awesome.
I know, it's so fucking funny.
They can make some really good content.
I know. I used to do like happy birthday videos for them when we would record
is that the
the
one that I've seen on your YouTube channel?
I think so. We might have watched one or two of them.
You showed me a bunch of videos they used to make.
I don't know. It's yeah. Well, that was the show. We'll figure more stuff out later, I guess. Let's
sounds good.
let's figure out what we're doing tonight. Goodbye, folks.
See ya.
Just hustle.